Hey guys, thanks for joining me for another Dokkan battle video, and today we are taking on the new Cell Max Red Zone, and this is for the Hybrid Saiyans mission. Now I have heard some content creators kind of talk about this and maybe misspeak a little bit, but I've heard people say that it requires a Hybrid Saiyan team, and that isn't necessarily what it means. The mission is just include 4 hybrids on the team, so you don't have to have a full team of hybrids. You do have like 2 slots that are kind of open to whatever you want. So as long as you have 4 hybrids, and the friend unit might actually count, so you might actually get like 3 slots to play with instead of 2, but I played it safe and I did like 4 of my own hybrids, and then I had 2 slots where I could kind of put whatever. This also goes for the Battle of Wits mission, which I also have a recording that'll be going up on my channel for that. The Battle of Wits one I think is much harder, like they're a lot more limited for what you get for good units. Yes, they have the GOAT Piccolo, but then after that it gets a little dicey, right? So, yeah, so what we're running here is we've got the new Ultimate Gohan team, and I really like the way he played here. He did a pretty good job. I do really like him. He does have a fairly decent amount of defense after attacking. It's just not like god level defense like what Piccolo can get to, but yeah, Gohan, if you can get him the key, he actually looks really good. And when you proc the additionals like what we're getting here, Gohan actually feels pretty good to play. And I think Gohan, alright, so Cell's gonna super here, right? And I don't really know like how hard this Cell hits, but you can see double digits to Gohan there, like not that bad. So this Cell Max, the way he operates is he super attacks a lot and can super attack quickly, but he doesn't hit nearly as hard as other bosses. So as long as you have defensively competent units, you see we took 150k from a normal there though for that AGL Gohan. But if you have defensively competent units, you're going to get through here just fine. The other thing that Cell Max does that will throw you off is he changes typings every turn. So one, it can really mess with like your units and your rotations. You're going to have different units that are weak, neutral, strong every single turn that you kind of have to play around with. But, you know, Cell Max changing typings is basically equivalent to like going to another phase in like a Dokkan event. And what that does is that will interrupt like a giant form ability or like a rage mode. So in Cell Max, Orange Piccolo, you're only ever going to get 1 turn of Orange Piccolo per Orange Piccolo that you use. So that's something that you have to keep in mind here. Now, I did bring Orange Piccolo in one of my slots on this team, even though he's not a Hybrid Saiyan. He's just really dominant, and once again, you only have to have 4 Hybrid Saiyans to get this done, right? Basically, my idea for my rotations here were to have a Tech Ultimate Gohan with a Physical Gohan and let Tech Ultimate Gohan kind of build up, right? And then the other rotation I was thinking, obviously Physical Ultimate Gohan, and I'm trying to remember who I wanted him with. I was thinking maybe the AGL Gohan to like let him build up too, but I don't think I ever ended up going to that. So here was actually like a very tempting spot to put Piccolo in slot 1, but I really wanted to keep this Gohan rotation together. I probably didn't have to do that. I probably should have just put Piccolo in slot 1, but you can see we are taking on damage in this fight. Like, it's not a pushover fight. He kind of hits at a range where he can kind of atypical to these other red zone fights where he actually can kind of just poke at you a bunch and like really keep at your life rather than just necessarily one-shotting you. Now you bring a weak enough unit in here, yeah, you're still going to get one shot, right? So that's something to kind of watch out for. But definitely I would say this is not nearly as hard as the original Cell Max fight. But yeah, you can see we're just barely surviving. Like, Tech Ultimate Gohan cannot keep up. He keeps getting supered in slot 1. Yes, he's stacking defense. Yes, he's guarding. But he isn't getting enough time to stack up. And he's staying just strong enough to not get us one shot. But he's taken enough of these 150k hits that our health gets really dicey, right? So the hope is to build up somebody defensively enough to where we can start to heal up. Or we just, you know, I'm using an item. But you can see there, Physical Gohan tanking multiple supers in this video for double digits. So he's definitely like a defensively capable unit. I would not call this Physical Ultimate Gohan. He is not a glass cannon. He's just not like a wall like Piccolo, right? For such an offensive unit, like, his defense is fine. He's like a Gamma 2. He does remind me very much of Gamma 2. Has a nullification, has similar amounts of defense, very high attack stats. That's kind of what this Gohan is. He's another Gamma 2, right? Yeah, so here we decided to leave God Goku in slot 1 because that's just a really safe pick. So I think here's where I normally would have maybe wanted to keep AGL Gohan on slot 1 to like stack defense or put him in slot 2. But it was just so much safer to just keep Tech God Goku on rotation. I figured why not. And we could just keep floating that AGL Gohan, right? Just ignore those little pop-ups showing up. I was kind of recording this last night. Well, I needed to have notifications on. So my wife is actually sick right now, and she actually got COVID, and she does respond, like she gets pretty bad symptoms from it. So I had to keep my phone available because she knows that she's got to text me or call me if she needs anything. So I just had to make sure, and I'm sleeping in a different room than her and everything. We're staying separated right now. But yeah, so pardon the notifications. I normally turn notifications off kind of when I'm recording these on the side, but I wanted to kind of get this done, and I just felt like doing it in bed last night before I went to bed. But that's why there's some notifications there. But don't worry, my wife's going to be fine. It's all good. It's just, not feeling well. So yeah, we're continuing with the fight here. We got Cellmax about halfway down. He is a pretty beefy boss because he is a single phase fight. And typically when they have fights like this that are really hard, single phase, they don't allow nukers. So nukers are actually blocked. Which it always ends up unfortunate. Like, AGL Golden Frieza is always like kind of the victim here because AGL Golden Frieza is a unit people actually want to run like on their team, not because of the nuking ability, and you just can't put him on the team at all. I think when they block nukers, they shouldn't block them from the team completely. They should just block their leader skill or block them from being a leader. But since the AGL banner unit Frieza is like one of the 33% per orb leads, you can't use them at all, which is kind of unfortunate for people that maybe don't have a box like this where you have a ton of options. You might need to run, like if you're running that cooler Wicked Bloodline team, like AGL Frieza is probably is always a good slot in against these red zone fights because he's going to tank it, right? Now obviously you pull the new LR AGL Golden Frieza, you definitely don't need the other one I'm talking about, but that's a premium unit that I don't recommend people pull for because this banner's terrible. And there's better things coming. Like the next banner I'm going to go in on is Dokkan Fest Kid Goku. I'm pretty excited. I feel like even though it's going to have like Raditz on there and people are slandering it because, Raditz is bad, whatever, I'm excited for the banner. I don't mind getting Raditz because I never pulled them because like most players should have done, most of you should have skipped Raditz to begin with. So for me, being a player that I just have an extensive box with a ton of rainbow units, just Raditz being there as a unit I don't have, I like that. Like it's just for collection purposes, and one day he's going to get an EZA. I feel like Raditz is going to be one of those characters where they go crazy and make his EZA insane. Because they botched him so bad. I think he's going to be like Tech Hit, where they're going to EZA him and completely fix him and make him like ridiculously good. Because that's what happened with Tech Hit. He was god-awful. They EZA'd him and he was actually really good. Now he's already fallen off because power creep is crazy, but in Super Battle Road, like Tech Hit and a God Goku hit, that rotation can cook. Like they can put in work in Super Battle Road. And even if you just do Tech Hit in a full U6 team, he can just like AoE stun the rotation when he shows up. He's actually still very good in there, right? But I think that's what's going to happen with Raditz. But the reason why I think this is high value for me too is that you're getting Dokkan Fest Kid Goku and his banner unit Android 8. Android 8 is considered one of the best, if not the best banner units in the game. And then the Kid Goku is probably like maybe a top 5 TUR in the game, maybe top 3 TUR in the game. So you're getting 2 top units in the game on the banner. And then, sure, Raditz is there, but it's nice just to have a unit in your box you don't have, right? Somebody to play with. And then, I don't remember who else is on the banner, but for me, just having like 3 units like that I need, and with 2 of them being really top tier like that to me is worth it. So, we'll see what my stone count is going to look like, but I am prepared to go pretty deep on it. Just because I feel like, to me, Yamcha and Bardock are total skips for me. Not that they're bad, like they're very good. I'm just not going to run their teams, and I'm not going to use them on teams. So for me, they're pointless to pull. Unless their side units are something I really want. So like a unit I really want that I didn't get on their initial release is the GT Pan, Dokkan Fest Pan. So if Dokkan Fest Pan ended up on Bardock or Yamcha, which she likely is going to be on one of those, then it might incline me to pull on those. But I'm pretty prepared to just skip those, because what I'm going to wait for is the hype spring stuff, which would be like Saiyan Day, Goku Day, the Golden Week will be big, right? Like typically on global, you could almost say as just a general pull strategy on global is to, if you want to be someone that uses your resources well, a good pull strategy would just to be only pull on shared celebrations. Because you're getting units that are on JP's timeline, and it's like getting them on global early. Like Orange Piccolo's power is so insane compared to everything global is getting. Like, do you really want to summon on like units like Yamcha and Bardock don't even seem tempting with Orange Piccolo existing. Like, because he's so much better than them, and it's like, why would I run their teams when I can just run this Orange Piccolo team, right? Like, sure, you could run their teams for fun or whatever, but for me now, unless they're like favorite units that I'm going to be really excited to use, I'm not really going to pull on them because I've already got enough units to beat everything in the... Like, I can... With what I've got, for example, I can handle anything that comes in the game till Anniversary. So I could literally save till Anniversary if I wanted to, but I know I'm going to pull units that I like and want, like this Kid Goku, who is very meta relevant. So, anyways, there we go. Beast Gohan does exist. He is in Dokkan. We saw him on the end screen there for a split second. Let me know how you did on this run, but we got the hybrid mission done, no problem. Thanks for watching. We'll catch y'all on the next one.